I am Dungeon Master, your guide in the realm of Dungeons and Dragons.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I am the Dungeon Master, and this is Heroes Wanted. Tonight, we are rejoining the party after they have just finished fighting the evil corpse eating, pod spitting tree that the hobgoblins had been feeding wayward travelers to after searching the bodies of the podlings. You guys discover that entire caravans have been ransacked and fed to this tree, and there's a little girl's doll just, shoved underneath the roots. And then the treasure from all of these caravans is stacked up at the back of the throne room. There must be some 7,500 gold pieces easy worth of just general whatnots, dingle hoppers and whoozy what's it's. The exact quantity of individual gems and goblets and works of art and all of that doesn't exactly matter so much as the overall value, which is 7,500 gold pieces worth of trinkets stolen from these caravans, as well as the orc warlord's adamantine half plate armor and his magic great axe.
Mm.
Oh, and the armor from the werebear was also +1 chainmail.
It's
So there's
nice work when you can get it.
You said there's a great axe?
All right.
Yeah,
I will
yeah.
say.
Wait, hold on. That's I'm just making sure that you guys are caught up. Yes, there's a great axe. So now to catch everybody up, the party has been on their way south towards Carpathia. And I'll pull up the map so that everybody can remember where you're at and what's going on, because it's been a while. So we're gonna just refresh our memories. You guys are about here, where the tip of the arrow is. Maybe more like here. And you have traveled deep into the Vine Run Hills in order to get south into Carpathia. You're trying to make it into the mountains and find Soggy. And Soggy is, of course, your kobold companion who Nova had known in a previous timeline, and Noman had come to know for some time as well. And he had been turned into a vampire by General Visanthus, the vampire lord that Nova has been sent back in time in order to destroy. And
Wait,
with
the
her,
kobold's a
Sorry to
vampire?
interrupt you here. Sorry to interrupt you here, but you're combining two of them.
what?
You're combining Donovan and Nova. Nova is from the future, did not know Peggy. Soggy is like dust, long dead before Nova was ever
From the
born.
future. Cool.
Oh,
I asked him for some stock tips.
and anyway, General Visanthus is a vampire from Carpathia who turned Soggy, and they believe that he has fled to Carpathia in order to be by his vampire master. And so you guys are traveling southwards towards Carpathia through the hills. You have encountered some dangerous creatures in these hills in the past, such as wyverns and guard drakes and all kinds of trolls, even. And now, having cleared out the hobgoblin and his goblins, you can either choose to rest here in this fortress that you have now cleared, or head back out into the wilderness. And so we'll kind of pick up with you guys clearing the rest of the tower, finding the evidence of the hobgoblin's evil, and being generally exhausted as Quillan is half asleep on his feet.
Indeed, he is.
I will say we should stop and rest in order to be able to handle whatever may be ahead of me. And it is also, it is so pitiful. These poor creatures, knowing only a man, they would be even slightly willing to talk with us. This
You're
may not have the way that
you're
it did.
you're breaking up really bad right now.
All right, I got you. Give me a second. I said these poor pitiful creatures. If they only had even the slightest ability to do anything other than to commit to violence, the outcome may not have been the same.
I believe I understood most of that.
Lothar goes over to the little girl's shoe under the pod person and picks it up and then says, "Do you think they were that innocent?" And throws the shoe at Nova.
Clearly not.
Hmm.
Was Was it a shoe or bear? One or the other.
Toy.
We'll go with a shoe since that's the first thing that you said. I just said toy, but shoe works just as well.
It is difficult to say. They were probably desperate to get the supplies.
Fuck it. Doesn't justify what they did, still.
Well, justice has been served. I think we should probably make do and find out what this tower has to offer.
I gotta say, this is all quite something. I think I need some things, some fuel, some parts I'm now missing as of most recently. Some
Oh, yes. Are
need
you
for
going to be
rest
okay?
that I wasn't particularly feeling before now. I think I'm gonna go to the House Eternal, my estate. So, you all keep doing what it is you do. Just,
Are you leaving us?
yeah. But before I do,
Why?
just,
He needs to repair himself.
His
To do
eyes
so is
been
beyond
burnt
my
out-
abilities.
Yeah, his eyes been burnt out of his socket, and
one of Noman's eyes is gone. You know, he been cracked in the chest with fucking mortal lethality multiple times to the point where his entire chest plate has been caved in. And he otherwise looks horrible. But he
That
says,
is a fair statement.
before I do go, you all seem to be blessed with a sort of fortune. Just take a hard look at things before you do them. Don't rely on that luck. This time, things were fine. Next time, you're gonna do something you can't take back. Or maybe it's the time after that. I guess that's all I had to say. And with that, Noman begins to leave.
Well, Noman, you are a glorious and heroic hero. I mean, courageous hero. Thank you for all that you have done to help us.
Oh, and one last thing. If you find my other eye, come to the House Eternal. I'll reward you all for it handsomely. I still
Wouldn't
have
it be around here?
It's still in the skull of that woman.
Yes.
I mean my other golden eye.
You've mentioned that.
That Noman heads off.
Lothar nods. Perhaps we should search the loot and get a rest before we head on.
Okay,
Lord,
quick
there-
question. Do I recognize Adamantine?
do you recognize who?
Adamantine.
Please, before we get to the loot, I just Lorthir catches Noman's eye as he's on the way out, nods to him, says that it was a pleasure traveling with him, and maybe they'll meet again.
Noman just nods as he heads off. There's a simple gesture in there, but it doesn't seem to mean anything. Alright. Things are busy this week, guys. So, I'm, don't have a lot of time today. My new character will be introduced next week, but for now I'm heading out. Y'all have a good game.
All right.
Well,
See you later, Brad.
Thanks for handling
Would you?
that
Yeah.
quick little, leaving Noman said it's not just an abrupt like Noman's gone and a new character's in. So there you
Yeah.
guys go. Noman heads off to go repair. As you heard, he'll be back, but he's got to head out. So thanks for stopping in. All right. So now, with the rest of the party, left to determine their fate without Noman to guide them, what do you guys decide to do?
We lose 2 people or just 1?
No, it was he had his
That was Noman.
other character that he was building for next week, but he's busy right now, so rather than introduce his new character along with everybody else, he's
Right,
just
right.
gonna come next week with his new character.
Nice. That's thoughtful.
So yeah. Sage, are you able to mute that? Now you guys are in the tower, and obviously Quillan needs a rest. Everybody's beat, but I'm not gonna, determine for you whether you stay in the tower or not. So you guys tell me, are you gonna rest right there, or are you heading out?
I think, in all honesty, Roland is just too eager to rest and just wants to rest here.
You were sleeping
Yeah,
on the couch while the battle was going on. I'm pretty sure I knew what you were voting.
And we came in here for a reason, right?
You were hoping to find a way to teleport to Carpathia.
Have we poked around the tower at all just to see if there are other nooks and crannies that might be hiding enemies? What do we feel safe-ish here, or does it feel like we're still under threat around every corner?
I don't really know how to answer that. I mean, that would depend on how paranoid you are and how, do you hear ominous music in the background, or I don't know that there's a way to accurately say you do feel safe and maybe it's not safe, or that you don't feel safe but it totally is. Like, who's to say what your perception of it is in comparison to the reality to begin with? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, and I guess I was looking for, like, is there lots of this place that's still unexplored?
No, here. Let's get the tower back up since you haven't really seen it.
Could we please loot the chest?
Yeah, that was what we were getting to, was the 7,500 worth of stuff, and then there was also going to be a special magical item for Nova, who has not gotten a proper magical item, and so needs something to, spice up the build here. So what was it that you had wanted? The staff of something?
Staff of healing.
Staff of healing it is. Inside the chest, you find a staff of healing as well as a ancient spell book written in ancient Caledonian, and so it's not a language that any of you speak, and
Oh.
so the spell book has unknown spells within it that you will have to discover somehow. But you
What a
but
time for him to have left.
yeah, but you get the staff of healing, and you actually are very familiar with staves of healing from your position in the Temple of Palor, so you
Yeah,
can
it basically gives
identify
me
it.
like 10 charges of various healing spells, and since I already have all of those healing spells, I can now use my staff, which will still gain my bonuses from a life as a life cleric, without having to touch my spell slots, allowing me to like cast other spells for utility purposes.
Yeah. All right. So you now have a staff of healing, and you guys can see the map there. So
So we are in a room with just one entrance,
yes.
right? And that one entrance, I'm guessing here, but pretty solid door.
It is a wooden door that has been propped up over what was the floor, because this is a fallen tower that they've just been using the floor and the ceiling as walls, and have set everything up in order to have their little fortress here. And so
Gotcha.
the deeper into the tower you go, you're actually like going up the tower, but it's just all crumbled and fallen.
Right. Okay. So I think Lorthir will poke around in the corners of the room, just to make sure that nothing's hiding in here, and then maybe with some help, we can bar the door and try to get a long rest in on the spot.
Yeah, we're all almost dead, so we probably want to stay here. Did you say there was a great axe too?
Yes, the orc hobgoblin had adamantine half plate and a +1 great axe, and the werebear had +1 chainmail.
And I grabbed a staff, a crystal staff from the Hobgoblin Devastator.
Okay, so do I recognize adamantine armor, or do I have to roll for that somewhere?
Background, you. Move here. Hey!
Just by the weight of it, you'd recognize it.
Okay, so I will tell Lorithir and Quallen, this is adamantine. I don't understand its magical properties, but I know that it will shield you from a great blow. Many of those who I had healed managed from the Tomorrow War wore these in order to be able to better protect themselves.
What style of armor is it?
Half plate. Adamantine half plate. Alright, I'm going back on mute. Keep the feedback.
Thank you, sir.
And And I imagine after my long rest, I'll go examine the remains of this this body snatcher plant. As in, like, roll a survival / nature check.
Go ahead. Roll nature.
I said after my long rest.
Oh, yes.
Because I don't want to have it at disadvantage.
I understand completely. So do you guys just bar the door like Lorathir said and take your rest?
I think that would be the best thing to do. May I add, the um, if the three of us stay awake while Lorathir, I guess the two of us stay awake while Lorathir rests, but since he does not require as much as we do, and then you may be able to watch over us while we take our much needed sleep.
Elves are fully aware of their surrounding while in their trance.
But I would
Basically,
I
I'm
would
saying,
like
can he have first watch? Like, can he? Okay, I guess that makes sense.
I can take 2 watches, first and second, or third and fourth, whichever you'd prefer. So we break the 8-hour rest into 4 2-hour watches, right? I can take 2 of them.
Right. So, who wants first watch and who wants second watch? And then Lorathir will take third and fourth because it makes sense just to get his rest out of the way, as Nova was just saying.
Nova's the
I'll take first
healthiest.
watch.
All right, so Nova stays on first watch. And then, oh yeah, Nova is the healthiest, but anyway, Nova stays on first watch. Quallen, you fall asleep, but get woken up after 2 hours. Roll a wisdom check in order to see how you do on your 2-hour watch. You manage to stay awake. How do you keep yourself awake when you start to nod off?
I simply just hit myself on. I just sort of like make sure to keep myself awake by sort of like hitting my head on the nearest wall.
Quallen comes up with the idea of sitting where he will hit his head against the stone wall if he nods off and wake himself up. And indeed, it works. Every time he nods off, he bumps his head and wakes up. And so now your watch is over. Now your watch has ended. And Lorathir, you have finished your elven meditation. You watched Quallen hit his head like 3 times from your elven meditation.
Chuckling to myself.
And then you awaken, you come out of your trance, and you end up awake and doing your watch. And now you guys have all had your long rest. And wow, 28 rounds. And are able to wake up the next day. Although Quallen seems to be a little.
Hey, 28's better than that, like 36 or 40 something that one time.
Yeah. Quallen seems to want to sleep in a little.
One question: did we ever figure out what we wanted to do with the gold? Just split it equally.
Yeah, I think we just each take a share, right? Do we send Noman with a share before he goes, or
He already left.
he dipped out before the money was divided?
If there's 4 of us, it's 1875 gold apiece.
So that's
Can we just like put it in like our little community little thing?
so
Where we have our
175 divided by 4.
7,500 divided by 4, I think.
Yeah, it's 1875 apiece.
Oh, by the way, Lorithir, 7,500 divided by 3 is 2,500. If you get my meaning.
That the voice in my head, is it proposing I murder one of my allies? I'm confused.
Yeah, that was the gist of it. Just completely murder them. Be like, there, that splits so much nicer between 3 people.
I have little use of the money and much use for the allies. So even if I were one to make those kinds of calculations so cold-bloodedly, I would still land on sharing the money more broadly.
I suppose Qualan's probably going to die soon anyway.
And all of these people I'm traveling with have lives that, to me, seem like they're over in seconds. So
Fair point right there. All
they
right.
live briefly but burn brightly.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, they
You
are.
guys see that thing where it was like a description of hell to humans is like comparable to the relationship of humans to dogs. He's been in our family for generations, watching over us.
Yeah, that's harsh but fair.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, so you guys, are awake and refreshed, and Quillan wants to take a look at the podlings, but Quillan, you notice that they've all wilted away into like just little. You ever leave like a dandelion out and it just wilts away?
Yeah, I know, and that includes the main one.
Well, the main one has a little bit more solidity to it, the actual tree, but that's not a podling.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to refer to.
Yeah, you can go roll nature on the tree itself.
And I will assist with your exploration.
All right, so you roll nature first.
See if I get advantage.
Oof.
You do get advantage, so now you roll with advantage.
I'm still exhausted.
Oh, did that not
Yeah.
clear your exhausted when I did the full rest? I'm so sorry. Oh, look at that. Lorithir stunned.
I got a 25. And that's a nat 20 for the nature check.
Really?
Yeah. Since I rolled at advantage, it's a 5 and a 20. How's that for lucky?
Alright, it says you're grappled, exhausted, weakened, restrained. Let's just get Quallen feeling all kinds of better. Alright, so now you rolled that natural 20 even with the advantage and disadvantage. So you managed to take a look at this corpse-eating tree and determine that it is basically a magical hybrid kind of monstrous plant that is not unlike other magical plants like shambling mounds or treants. You know, there's all kinds of magical plants in the world, and this one just so happens to take bodies and turn them into these podlings, which are comprised entirely out of its roots and leaves and all of that. And it controls these podlings even though they're exact replicas of the bodies that it consumed.
And does he find any sort of like materials that could be used in sort of like crafting?
You can harvest the wood.
Yeah. So I could harvest the wood.
Correct.
That's the only thing that's important here.
Well, I mean, what do you want, a cutting of it? Do you want to grow one?
I'm just sort of, if I'm honest, Qualon's just trying to make the best out of a situation, seeing that this mighty creature sort of fell by our blade, and trying to make the best of the situation by collecting material from it. And if you say that the only good material that is of use is the wood, then I'll collect the wood.
Well, it's a corpse wood tree. You know, it's a corpse eater tree. So, you know, I don't know what you all want from it, but I would assume the wood is the good part there, right? So, you know, if you want to gather up the wood, I'll make that all part and parcel of the nature check, and you can harvest some wood to make something out of it with.
Yeah. That sounds right.
All right, so now you have some corpse eater tree wood.
Something to help, like, build a building or something.
Sure.
If you want the building to eat people.
Yeah. All right, so what do you guys do? You know, you can't just spend the rest of your lives here. I mean, you could theoretically, but then obviously you'd need new characters or something. So
I think we split up the gold and go.
So we came here to look for a portal?
Yes. That's what we're going to do now. Look for a portal to sort of teleport us to where Visantis is.
I have a question, you guys. Like your opinions here. Obviously, Lorthir and Quallen better. Yeah, that's but what sent Sagi like a message? He send, and he was like, "Oh, we're dying, and only you can help us. I'll help us." Give him like, all right, back location. And then when he gets here, you jump.
Has he turned to the point where he would maybe not recognize who the message was from, or would
I
not
don't know about.
care?
Already, all I can say is you're both familiar with each other. And a vampire aren't stupid. It's just crazy.
Right. I don't know the answer to the question. I just wonder if maybe his priorities have changed dramatically by his new state or because of his new state. But it's worth a try. What risk does it put us under if he doesn't accept it or if he doesn't follow it?
It looks like that.
All right. So you guys, who has message? Nova, you have message?
Yeah, send.
Ah,
I mean, I'm
send.
just throwing random ideas out there.
Yeah. So no, it's a good idea. So you use send and you try to lure Soggy here, and I do believe that someone could like send a message back or something like that with it. But either way, whether they whether they can or cannot send a message back, you do not get a message back. And
Well, to be 100% fair, like this isn't something that Nova would just do. I mean, like you'd have to have everyone like.
oh yeah, somebody had already agreed, and so Quillan's obviously going to agree. So like what
Well, I mean, if we were to do that, I'd kind of want like a plan instead of just like, oh yeah, we're over here, come over here.
Well, I thought the plan was that you guys were going to like capture him.
I mean, sure, it makes sense. And then he'd be here closer to the Temple of Light and not farther away where it'd be harder
Yeah.
to storm. So yeah. Oh yeah. So I guess sure, it happens, and I get no response.
All right. So, but you guys can decide to wait here or not.
Well, I mean, I guess if we investigate the area thoroughly and we don't find this portal, then I guess we just get a button it like.
We sort of just, if we don't find we just sort of have to get deeper into the castle.
1 second, I'm getting a lot of people talking.
So, as you guys wait for Soggy, a day passes. You have enough food. Lorathir, you can obviously go out and forage if you want. Do you want to roll for perception, though, to see if there's any other creatures around, any people, anything else, that you need to be aware of beyond just the animals that you're hunting or.
Yeah, while I'm out gathering food, I will also just be keeping an eye on the neighborhood to make sure we aren't surprised.
Yeah.
And I thought we were going to like be searching deeper into the tower.
So, well, you guys are after Soggy, and there's no teleport here, so you guys are forced to eat. and Lorithir is providing, and while he's providing, he's out there, making sure that he knows what's going on. And luckily for you guys, he did roll above the 20, because what's going on is there is a very clear storm cloud just hovering over the hills and valleys. And Lorithir, you've only ever seen a storm cloud sit that still over a place through like magic. And so someone is magically manipulating the weather over the hills, possibly to block out the sun.
Yeah, this looks like vampire shit. I will go back with my with the food I've gathered and talk to the group. Let them know that about the storm and about my inference about its use.
And Balan sort of nods as he understands what's going on, and he readies himself to fight.
The storm?
What come in a not so in a sort of metaphorical sense, yes.
All right, and so obviously Nova will rejoin when they can. Lothar, Lorithir, Quillan, what do you do?
I would like to find a place where we can observe what's under the storm without being seen ourselves.
Are we all in the tower still?
Yes, you guys are in the tower.
And the top of the tower is open, right? You said it's
No. The tower is fallen over. Here is what the tower looks like.
I was afraid of this. It looks like if Soggy is coming, he is bringing a friend.
If Balan is going to do anything, he's going to build a sort of like a sort of fortress out of. It's going to build a sort of hiding place with the wood he's collected.
Survival roll?
Your Quan is
Yep.
would prefer to hide in the tower rather than go out and face what might be coming.
You said Lothier was hiding, and Quillan was just simply trying to help.
Ah, okay. I hear what you're saying then. I was looking for a place that I might be able to scout out the whoever it is that's creating the storm, or if they brought allies with them, maybe get a count of how many there are.
Yeah, so
kind of
the problem with that is that the storm masks everything around it and under it. So all you see is the storm and the rain. Unless you go into the rain.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I do have a second character rolled, so let's go for it. No, I'm just kidding. Well, if the storm is impenetrable to my eyes, then it seems we have a choice to make. Do we choose our ground and prepare for a fight? Do we flee? I think there are likely many right answers to this question and many wrong ones as well. What do you think?
If I'm honest, I feel the need to stay and fight because if Soggy truly is coming, then it's my responsibility to make sure he is captured.
Do we hold our ground in this room then? Is this the best suited ground for us to make our stand? We have cover from the rain, from the storm. We have
Yeah.
cover from enemy eyes and enemy weapons.
And
We have a narrow choke point.
Yeah, choke point. Yeah, I think we stay.
Yes.
I agree. I think we stay and fight.
What do you think of me going out to watch the approach and retreating? I won't stick around to fight anything, but I could retreat back here, possibly drawing in any enemies who see me, or if I'm not seen, then at least able to give you a warning when the enemies approach.
That is a good idea. But before you go, small prayer. O Paylor, Dawnbringer, Godfather of all light, I pray you a blessing. Bestow upon us great fortitude, that we may be able to endure whatever darkness comes our way. I am your humble servant. Amen. And then I will cast Aid level 4.
Okay.
Nice.
So Lorithir, you go out and as you are out scouting, Renwick and Frazappa, you guys have been hunting a bunch of vampiric kobolds for weeks now. Well, maybe not weeks, days at least. They've been hiding out in these hills, and their leader seems to have some sort of weird water weather manipulation powers that keeps the storm always active and masking their trail and creating soggy wet ground that keeps you from being able to move about freely. And so as you guys have been tracking these vampire spawn kobolds, you suddenly ran into their leader, a vampiric kobold warlock, blasting eldritch blasts at you in the shape of vampiric anglerfish, and as these blasts, spraying all around you and like hurt you, but not in the actual
Rattle us.
no mechanical hurt, but enough to drive you off. Lorithir, you see this man in like a pilgrim hat almost and breastplate armor, and a man with a large nose and full 70s goatee, running from lightning that seems to be coming from all around in the storm.
How dark is the area underneath the storm? Is it considered darkness or light darkness?
It is actually a magical cloaking spell in combination with everything, so it's not quite darkness, but it has the same effect as blur.
Okay.
And in fact, there is
I-
an image to go with it. So
Character has a horse, so we're clopping away from there, as far as I'm concerned. Keep up, my friend. Clop, 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 clop.
and then so yeah, you guys can see.
I thought Soggy was. Is this sort of like a new, like with Stantis sort of you being the sort of patron sort of thing?
It's part of your vampiric powers.
Yeah. So it is with Stantis in a way.
And so you guys can see it is raining, and the Lorithir, you see Braz and Renwick. Let me get them on the map. You see them running. And the lightning is just kind of zapping all around. So now you guys can see the map?
Yes.
Yes.
And one of them's on a horse, one of them's on foot.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
if Renwick,
I had a horse.
you
Yeah, I
have
took a horse.
okay, yeah, then yeah.
Just a riding horse. Just a draft horse, riding horse.
And it's clear to me just by looking at them that they're not that they are not in cahoots with whoever's generating the storm. Based on the way they're moving, the way they're dressed, the glances over their shoulders as they flee.
Oh, absolutely. They look like they are actively running from the lightning, and it almost seems as if the lightning's trying to hit them.
Then I will put back my hood and stand up and say, "Gentlemen, there's no time for introduction, but I see we are, if not allies, at least in opposition to the same enemy. Please follow me. There's safety this way." And I lead
Oh my
them to the
gosh.
car.
Hey, folks, I'm so sorry. I never got the chance to update my character sheet from last week.
Yeah, you gotta add a level.
Yeah, I got to add a level. I don't think too much changes. I know my undead PR turn on dead goes up.
Yeah.
And
We'll deal with that in just a second. But for now, Lorithir.
I get divine intervention.
Hey, yeah. For
That's
now, Lorithir is offering shelter to you guys, but you have not seen this man before. You just know that you are running from the lightning and warlock vampire who is summoning it inside the storm.
I will like to do something. I would like to do guidance, and then do an insight check on this person to see if I'm getting a good vibe from him and things seem reasonable.
All right, so guidance adds 1d6, right?
D4.
Oh, 1d4. Okay, so just roll your guidance under skills, or your insight under skills, and then grab the d4 from the bottom there and roll it and add that to the total result.
Ready? So, hold on. +6. It should do it for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where is it saying the result?
Right in the chat, and then grab the d4 from the bottom. All right, so 22. You get the sense that this man has revealed himself because he believes that you are running from the storm and need shelter, and indeed that does seem to be the case. So
Doesn't look real threatening to me. Off we go.
Yeah, I mean, kind of sucks getting hit by lightning. I'll go along. I'll take the help.
How far do we have to go before we're safe? Or at least we have some shelter?
Well,
Do I see anything?
Lorthir, you would know that like the storm goes for like another half a mile.
Okay, so are we half a mile from the tower?
Yeah.
All right. Then I say not much further. About half a mile, and we have stone over our heads.
Then I will
Going.
kick the horse into gear a bit. You know, I may be leaving people behind a bit, but I will make my little hastily way there.
Yeah. And so eventually you all make it back to the tower. And Lorthir gives the secret knock in order for Quillan to let him into the fort.
And Quillan, sort of seeing that his friend is back from his scouting, opens the door and sort of sees the other two behind him and says, "Who are the new ones?" And you see a giant pale Goliath sort of towering in front of you, and sort of like that seems to just sort of like be overwhelmingly large in a way.
You see it?
I-
Oh, you can stop my character.
I shortened my name so it's easier for you guys. It's just Fraz now. So Fraz looks at you and goes, "Whoa, hello, big fella."
And if you want, you can roll a perception check.
I don't think you should like shorten your name. I think you should legally change your name to that.
Okay, I'll go and file the necessary paperwork.
And as I come up, I say to Quillan, didn't have the opportunity to exchange names just yet, Quillan. But perhaps
So
we could do those introductions now.
My character rides over, not really paying attention to anyone in particular. Gets off his horse, ties it, secures his horse. He looks tall, not that tall, like 6'2", but he has that gaunt, like weary, world-worn farmer look about him. He's not like big or brawny, but he just looks worn. And there's a look in his eyes that you will all distinctly know as he's having none of it.
Oh, he's jaded.
He's that
been a
guy.
long day.
He's having none of it. Like, and he doesn't look in the least disturbed by anyone's like disposition, unless you want me to roll and see if someone's a threat. But he is just looks like he's a guy. His shield is a round wooden shield, and it's battered and beaten. His breastplate has got a hole punched in it and scratches across it. He's been through the laundromat 10 times over, and he looks like he's had a hard day.
Wow, you look worse for wear. Shall I start you a fire?
That would be delightful. What do you know of this storm following us? Anyone?
Well, as Quillan sort of looks upwards to see exactly the sort of factor of the storm, it certainly is created through magical means, and it is certainly one of Visanthis's trickeries.
Do I assume my character knows who Visanthus is?
Yeah,
Is that
same.
very well known?
Yes, Vasanthus is like one of the head vampires.
Hmm.
He's someone that you wouldn't really mess with directly, but he's you know, known to you. And also, just to be clear, it's Soggy that you guys were hunting and creating the storm. You guys know that.
We
So
were
he is coming here?
we were hunting him when he created the storm.
Yeah, but you didn't realize how powerful he was, and he started zapping you, and you had to flee.
So do you think he's pursuing us here?
Likelihood? Probably.
Wait, you said there was a kobold?
I did not do. I believe there was.
Can you just give him up a moment? Thank you.
What coincidence. A kobold vampire to come here. You see, we are trying to aid our former friend who has been sired with lycanthrope, one person. We think we may be able to save him. Our other option was to attempt to find a portal in this case, but we did not find one. So I used the spell and asked for him to come here.
How long do you think we have before they arrive? I'm going to use an investigation check to see if it's really coming our way and how long we might have.
That would be nature.
Nature?
Yes.
Okay. I can make a nature check.
Well, no, it wouldn't because it's not natural. So, yeah, investigation.
And I'm going to use guidance.
Survival might be, you can kind of tell, right?
Yeah,
How fast it's moving generally.
I'm just kind of judging it based on how fast it's moving, just kind of using the calculations.
And I'd like to assist as well, whether it's investigation or survival.
Let's go with investigation. So go ahead and roll to assist and see if he can get advantage.
And then with guidance.
Yeah. So now you get advantage. So at the bottom of the screen, you'll see ADV and DIS. That's advantage and disadvantage. Click on the ADV for advantage.
Okay.
And then go ahead and roll your investigation.
Oh, I did already. I already rolled. I'm sorry. I already rolled another die?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. The original roll was a 12 with a 20 and a +2, so 22.
Yeah. Well, you have to click on your investigation after clicking on the advantage. So click on advantage, and then roll your investigation like you did the.
Oh, I see. Okay, sorry about that. Thanks. So investigation, I hit advantage. Now, there we go. And now I roll D4, right?
And now you roll a D4.
Did that actually come up? A D4?
Nope. Try it again.
There it is. So a 29.
Yep. All right. So with a 29, you're able to tell that at the speed it's moving, you guys have roughly an hour.
I think we have an hour. So prepare yourselves. My character starts looking for how people can approach the most defensive way that we can set up against an approach.
Well, I will recast aid, targeting this time myself and my 2 4th level.
You're gonna recast it?
Well, it only can go up to 3 people, and that would be the other 3 individuals that are here with us. So, and then this one will target myself and you.
Oh, I see. Thank you, good priest. So I'll get what, 20 hit points? How many?
I believe so. Yeah, it should be. It's 24. I mean 20. Yes.
So you have to target me and then cast it, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just waiting for the hit points to change.
Just 1 second. I have to control Nova's character because they're not here.
Ah,
Well, like they're here, but not at a computer.
right.
In our haste and concern about the storm, it seems that we have overlooked making introductions. My name is Lorithir. These are my companions, Lothar, Nova, and Quillan.
It is nice to meet
What
you.
are your names?
I am Quillan, knight of the pure nature.
I'm Renwick, and if we live through this, I'll be happy to tell you more. As he pulls out of these saddlebags a hunting trap, starts heading in the direction of the not too far, but about 50 feet away from the group, maybe a little further, 70 feet away, to start putting a hunting trap down and nailing it down.
Okay. You start making a hunter's trap?
Yes.
And Renwick, who is your companion?
So I'll put the trap by the door. My companion? I'm sorry? I believe this is Franz.
Oh, let me introduce myself. You can just call me Fraz. I'm a bard. I wander and go where interesting things take me.
A bard.
And
I've heard infamous things about you, you lot.
they're mostly true. We're a ragamuffin group. At least my kind is.
Am I headed towards what is the entrance of sorts?
I'm sorry?
Yes, sir. That's the doorway that controls the entrance to this room.
So I'm going to plant the trap right there.
Lothar starts moving towards the door.
Okay. State your preferences, folks. Would you like me to cast at the appropriate time? Would you like for me to cast Beacon of Hope, which will grant us automatic bonuses on advantage on growth saves and death saves, and will max out all magical healing from anyone that goes to anyone as so long as they have Beacon of Hope on them? Or should I wait for the enemies to approach and cast Guardian Spirit? Or Fear Guardian.
I can barricade the door. What do we have for missiles? Who has it? Do we have anybody who has missile weapons?
Yeah,
I am skilled with a bow.
I will stand just shy in front of the door. I should be able to barricade it with force. And if I have,
what are you wearing?
Me?
Yes.
He's wearing just like he looks in the picture. He's got a breastplate over some robes, maybe an elbow cup here and there. Doesn't look like he's like heavily armored. But he's like, I'll have the means to prevent them from entering. Have we decided if my character knows if has the experience to know if like the undead count as organic or inorganic matter?
The undead, it depends. Like all of them are different.
Okay. Well, I'm sure I run into the minor end ones, like a skeleton or a ghoul or well, what was I looking at behind me when I ran?
Okay, so a skeleton would be um, organic matter.
Okay, because it's living material,
Right.
even though it's undead. Yeah.
Right. And then like a ghost or something like that would not be either really. A vampire is what you were looking at though, and a vampire counts as organic matter.
So yeah, it's going. If anything, it's going to be organic.
Renwick, what do you say to leaving the door open, perhaps, and then when part of their number, however many they may be, when part of their number is in the room, we close and bar the door so we can fight them part at a time.
Once again, I'm just going to go ahead and ask the question here. Would you guys prefer Beacon of Hope, which will maximize my healing toward the entire group, or as well as advantage on will saves and death saves, or would you rather have me cast something like Sunlight or Spirit Guardian, which is an AoE effect?
Well, what's
However,
going on?
both
Who's coming in? Just the Vampire Lord, or are there minions?
Yeah, I think that's the question. And Nova, to your question, I think it's hard to say ahead of time which will be more beneficial. If things go smoothly and we are little harmed, then Beacon may not be of any use. But if we do face a great number, if we're under pressure and many of us are injured, then Beacon could, of course, turn the tide. So it's hard to know in advance which will be true.
well, you two, you claim that you have been relatively in sight of these vampires on your way here. Do you have any idea how many there are? Towards. Forgive me for. It'll be a minute for me to remember your names.
Yes.
Reichland,
Renwick and Fraz.
Renwick, and yeah, okay, Renwick and Fraz.
They do know that there are multiple kobolds spawn with him.
Okay, so I am. If I could use Dawn, which would be incredibly, it would be incredibly useful against them, but it could also hurt anyone else in the area. I'm thinking more towards. All right, so when they come near, I will cast the spell Spirit Guardians. And that's what I'm going to do.
If anything, Qualan's going to prepare to. He's going to prepare.
So guardian spirits. don't see guardian spirits.
Am I back in? Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, Guardian Spirit. That I actually have that spell too.
Spirit Guardians, third level spell.
Spirit. So that's right. It's called Spirit
So
Guardians.
I'm going to use
Sorry,
this
I was
cube.
saying it wrong.
I pull out an ebony cube, and it will allow no organic matter into the cube. So they will not be able to get past it unless they can climb over it. Can they climb over it? Possible. They'll have to figure that out, though. So we'll come running right into it. What do I do for a trap? Let's go. How's that for a trap?
Yeah. That works just fine.
Okay.
So, I don't see Spirit Guardian on Renwick either.
I don't know how to do that. Someone has to target me with it, I guess.
Yeah, it's a third level spell. Third level cleric spell. I've been using it the whole game.
Alright, who's casting it? Oh, you're.
I will be casting it when they are in the appropriate range.
Oh, well, yeah. That's. We'll see what happens in between.
So Lothar, you'd have to move it, take a step back, or get in here with me. Either way,
What's it gonna do?
it's a cube of force. I have a force field around me that does not let organic matter in or out.
I'll come in there with you.
I mean, we'll assume that you did that before I turned it on, but it means you can't get out. You are trapped in here. Like, you can shoot things out of it, and you can do magic out of it, but if you, like a wolf or a dire wolf comes running at it, it'll smash its face into it, and then I'm going to lay into it.
Okay, then I'll move to the side.
Okay.
I'm sorry to rain on your parade. Arrows would not be able to pass through it.
Why is that?
Because arrows are made of wood.
But then they're inorganic, they're dead matter.
Well, then so would the dead guys.
That's what I'm asking. If the dead guys, like an elemental would be organic matter because it's living material, in my opinion. But
I think this comes down to the...
Depends on whether you consider fire to be living, I guess.
yeah, it's really up to the GM to tell me what he wants it to be, and then I'll choose around that. I mean,
organic compounds contain carbon. Inorganic compounds do not contain carbon. It is not living or dead when it's organic versus inorganic. They are talking about things that were once alive, living or once alive, versus things that were never alive.
Okay.
So, like, crude oil is organic, even though it's not something that it's alive because of what it's made out of.
Maybe. I would have to look at the exact definitions of it, but basically how it goes is wood is organic, bodies are organic, grass.
Is a bullet organic?
No.
Depends,
A bullet is metal, which is inorganic.
All right then.
Most likely,
organic's not coming in.
Which spell are we talking about?
Bullet to the head.
Force.
Currently,
we're talking about force.
But is it like a force field or a force dome?
It's a cube of force.
Ah, okay, thanks.
And I'm going to set it up so that organic matter cannot get in.
Got it.
So you're blocking my ability to shoot anything at the door by doing that.
Yeah, that's
For
what
the
I'm
moment,
getting at. The
how
archer
tall is
would
the
not
room?
be able to.
How tall is the room?
The room is some 30 feet tall, but the door itself is only like 10 feet, so you're effectively blocking the door.
Unless you want to move over to the side and use the bottleneck to help kill whatever gets in the door. I'm just creating a bottleneck. I'll do whatever you guys want me to do.
Well, bottleneck's better than blocking the whole thing, because if we block the whole thing and they can't get in at all, then it's a stalemate.
They come in, there's a trap there to hold something, and then they have to try and get in. So if you guys want me to move back a little bit and let them in a weird, more gradual way, I could do that. Take a step back.
Well, I mean, the door's only wide enough for one person at a time, but yeah.
All I'm saying is they're going to come right at me.
So why don't you cast force at an angle on the door frame?
Well,
this way, the door stays open, right?
How about that?
No, not an idea here at all. You instead of just covering the straight up doorway, you make it like at an angle, so they can only come in from the half.
Can I do that? GM, is that okay with you? Can I do that on this map?
Can you be right there? Yeah.
I mean, can I do this? That's what they're asking me to do.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay, so I want to make sure they want me to do that. Sorry.
Well, put the corner of the door on one of the edges. The corner of the cube on one of the edges of the door.
Okay, well, that's what I kind of had. But all right, I'll do it the way you guys like.
This way the enemies can kind of come in one at a time. We can just kind of hail at them.
Is that what you want?
I wish I could see it, but...
Yeah, that seems fine.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, alright. That's fine.
Get the best of both worlds.
And there's a trap right there as well. A big steel toothy trap.
Oh,
GM? I'm going to release the Iron Defender out of the bag to be right next to me.
Okay.
So I don't have an icon for that.
1 second.
So you see my character put his large sack that's over his shoulder on the ground, open it up, and out of it comes kind of a 4-foot, looks like a little, kind of like a metal kobold with big sharp metal teeth.
But a big sack you had for him, mister.
Oh, I know someone who you would like. He's currently in a different area, but I believe you and him would go along quite swimmingly.
So I'm going to brace myself behind my shield, get low, and I'm just waiting to start firing away at the first thing I see.
All
I
right.
would tell Kowalin that he should be prepared past his divine, his turn on dead attempt. I don't know what it's called. Channel divinity. If his traps fail, you will be the only one may be able to halt them.
And I'm going to cast... Can anyone cast something like Fairy Fire or something to help keep them identified and easier to hit?
I can cast Fairy Fire.
Who said that?
But it's Fraz.
Fraz,
but
that'd be very helpful.
It's best to wait for several of them to get in. Cause
absolutely. And if you can do that, that'll make my sharpshooting much better.
I'll do it, once 2 or 3 of them are in.
Fantastic. I'm going to get my Hunter's Mark up then. I'll cast that. So, for Hunter's Mark...
a special lantern I could use for that. Don't waste your spells.
Where's the lantern?
I have it. It's my lantern.
Who's saying that? I'm sorry.
It's Nova.
That's me, Nova. Yeah.
Okay. As long as you shine it on all of them, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'll have it kind of shining out the door. Please remind me what the lantern does exactly. I know that it kind of illuminates enemies.
It shows invisible enemies.
But that's not what Fairy Fire does.
Okay, yeah. No, I was thinking like something like Fairy Fire or Chromatic Orb coming.
Yeah, no, Fairy Fire. Fairy Fire makes us have anyone else would have advantage on attacking them if they're coated with Fairy Fire.
Yeah.
I'll use it anyway, just because for the haha.
Okay, sounds good.
And Qualan will prepare his channel divinity, Nature's Wrath.
Just have it on the ready.
All right, let me see if I have. I just gotta knock off this spell and get it going. I think it lasts for quite a while.
All right.
One more sec, please.
You know what I'm, guys? There's a bunch of coffins in the other room.
Wait, the room we're looking into? Or behind us?
Yeah, the room we're looking into.
Okay. Well, they're not in here with us. I'm happy about that. All right, so I'm going to hit Hunter's Mark. So how do I target myself? I
Yes.
double click on myself? Or
I think isn't Hunter's Mark something you put on a target?
You can.
yeah, how do I target myself?
You control left click. But Hunter's Mark already automatically goes to the right thing.
Okay, cool. So I cast that. I'll go mark up a spell. And I can apply that to somebody who comes in the room. It's my concentration. And then I'm going to also quick cast guidance. As soon as I see something, I'm going to cast guidance right before our combat starts for my initiative bonus.
For Hunter's Mark, don't you have to have a target?
I'm going to check.
I think you cast it on a
No, I think
target.
I can put it on a.
You choose a creature you can see within range and mark it as your quarry.
Sure. Okay, so I have to wait then. Correct?
Yes.
Okay, I can wait.
All right, now, you guys, roll for perception.
Alright.
Just normally or in the tower?
Perception.
I roll for perception.
And I have to use the guidance for that.
Well,
So,
if you're
it's the next ability check you make.
Yeah.
I hope a 14 is enough.
All right.
28.
But make sure that you've checked off all the instances of guidance that you've used.
They're cantrip.
Oh, cantrip. Okay.
So yeah, so I'm gonna say okay. I look down at my watch and I dial it back and I take another look and I get ready for it to give me a little alarm when it's time.
Yep.
As soon as I see him, I'm gonna hit guidance right before impact.
Yep. All right. You have a total of 28, and notice the slight sound of scratching outside of the walls, and suddenly from out of the walls, the vampires come bursting into the room, and now they are all attacking, and you guys can roll for initiative.
Okay.
Hold on, am
I
I
will give
mistaken
myself.
here? Isn't like there a wall of force, like squeezing the door so that only like one can enter at a time?
They didn't come in through the door. They came from everywhere. It looks like. Is that correct?
They also aren't in the room that you guys are in, so the wall of force is still in effect.
Oh, they're in the other room. They're in the other room. Okay. How do I add the +2 for my dread?
You have
Where is it?
to click on the dread ambush before you roll initiative.
Okay, thanks. Sorry if I'm a little.
I'll add the 2 for you if you already rolled though. Oh, you haven't.
No,
So you're fine.
I didn't.
So now all you have to do is roll or click on your dread ambusher, the little effect symbol, the running man, and that'll add your wisdom to your initiative.
I don't see it yet.
It is
under abilities. I might have to add it again.
Ranger Dread Ambusher, and then effect initiative. It's the second one. And it's because you have a bunch of spells under your features. Why are all these spells
I know.
under your features?
I've been trying to organize it. I don't know how to move them around yet. I don't know how to do it at all.
I'll have to come in and fix it.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how they got. There's not even an area for just spells, just cantrips and unknown spells, but not known. I'm not sure how to do it. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So where the hell is it?
It's under Ranger.
Okay, I'm looking. I just don't see it. Abilities or under actions?
It's under actions.
You want to click it for me? I can't seem to find it.
There you go.
Oh, thanks. Okay, I'll just hit my initiative then. Thank you. And then I'll roll the extra 4 for that. So that plus, and then that gets plus 2, and then plus a D4. Oh, shoot. Too enthusiastic there. So 16 for me.
Yeah, so you guys Fraz, in order to roll for initiative, is that you, Sage? Fraz, in order to roll for initiative, you either open your character sheet or
I did roll.
well, your initiative is either 0 or nope. Yep, you haven't rolled. So
Sorry, I could have sworn I did. Okay. Ah, crap.
Oh, dang.
Oh, well, wah, wah, wah.
Right? Oh, man.
Wah, 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 wah.
But that might work out really well.
No, I
Yeah.
never really saw the big deal about initiative. All it means is, like, you go where you go in the first round. After that, everybody just takes turns, so it doesn't really matter where you are.
right.
And being later in the order means you can react to what
Yeah.
the enemy does.
Yeah, I don't really care if I get a low initiative.
Yep.
Well, I do. It's very important that I got a very low initiative. It doesn't really isn't a lot for me to do if everybody's like, perfectly fine.
Seeing as how I personally have a very low initiative, it goes to reason.
Yeah. All right. So, you guys, um, I've now all rolled initiative except for Nova, who I have to roll for. Boom, done. And the first one up is Soggy. And Soggy comes floating into the room on a thundercloud. He has
Ooh.
lightning streaking all underneath him, and he rides on the thundercloud like Goku, and as he comes forward, he stops right in the doorway and blasts at Lothar with his Eldritch Blast. So
Oh, I thought he was a friend.
so go
And
go ahead and I'll do it.
I'll speak for Soggy, or in this case, Thirst. Time to feast!
All right, and does an 18 strike you, Lothar?
How do I know?
Uh, it's under your armor class. I'm looking. It does.
The game doesn't automatically resolve that.
It does, except for I don't have the vampire version of Soggy having his Eldritch Blast. I'm just using his Eldritch Blast from his regular sheet.
Okay.
And then he fires his second beam. Dealing a total of 19 damage as the anglerfish bite into you, and you feel the vampiric energy kind of ricocheting back to Soggy. And then it's your turn.
Can I move up? Can I hit him from there?
You cannot move to there because that's not a square.
Is there a place I can move where I can hit him?
There's a trap right there.
So I'll get trapped if I. Well, I guess there's not much I can do here, right? Well, I will, I'll rage. And what's the best I can do here? Because I can't move. I can't hit him. So can I dodge as
You
an
can.
action? I'll do that.
Do you have reach? Do you have a polearm weapon?
No, I have an axe, so it's 5
Okay.
feet. Yeah, so I can't do much. So I'll just stay there and dodge.
All right, so at the bottom of your sheet, there's dodge. You just double click that.
Yeah, it looks like it's on there. Okay, that's my turn.
The vampire spawn start to pour into the room. This one comes rushing forward behind Soggy. It pushes past him and springs the trap.
Mwah.
Well,
Okay.
What is the trap?
Oh, it's a hunting trap. I'm sorry, I'll look it up for you real quick. Here's the hunting trap.
All right, DC 13 dexterity saving throw. Which it makes.
All right,
So
clang.
it is not caught as it jumps free of the steel trap and continues forward to attack Lothar. All right, it claws at you, dealing 0 damage as you absorb it. Your thick skin lets the vampire kobold's claws just bounce right off. The next kobold vampire comes running up, but cannot get past Lothar into this square. Oh wait, yeah, I'm small. I can get into this
Real
square.
quick, Hazard, have you been making sure to make use of your racial ability that like allows you to take less damage when you're hit? Hazard,
Pardon?
you know, have you been using your racial ability that allows you, your stone skin that allows you to like take less damage when you are hit?
I haven't.
You should totally look that up.
Wow.
Yeah, you're Goliath. They have stone skin.
Yep, but for now it is Renwick's turn, and Renwick, you can see through your force cube that the vampire kobolds are able to slip in between the side of the cube and Lothar by squeezing, and they have gotten behind him.
Gotcha. Well, I'm going to deal with. I'm going to use my bonus action to target. So to target him, I go. Oh shit! Sorry. How do I click on him to target him? To target Suggy. How do I target?
It's control left click.
Okay. Shouldn't there be arrows after I do that?
Yeah. So
Oh, control left. Control left. Sorry, my bad. I get him. I'm hitting control. Left click.
So you have to click on your token.
And then
control left click on who you want to target.
I think I'm in the square instead of my guy.
Left click on your token.
Uh-huh.
And then control left click on who you want to target.
Okay, one more try. Did I get it? I guess
If
not.
you look on the combat tracker, if you've got someone targeted underneath your name, it'll say targeting X.
I'm going to move the square off of me for a second. That could be causing problems.
Yeah.
And then control, do I drag it to them or?
No. So
I'm sorry.
once There, now you're targeting yourself. Now control left, click on yourself again so that you stop targeting yourself.
All right. I don't understand why this is not working.
You have to hold down control and left
Yes.
click on yourself.
Okay.
Now, this is a somewhat complex but very useful system that's allowing us to play D&D on it. Just be patient. Remember everything that you can.
There we go. I
When you
got it.
get the hang of it,
You got
it'll
it.
be like second nature.
Yeah.
All right, so I got it. Now I do go to my actions, hit.
You don't even have to bring up any menus or anything like that. Just on the map, click on yourself first, and then control left click on one
No,
of the
I understand
enemies.
Yeah, I'm
Got
sorry,
it.
guys.
He's got the target.
I'm just
You can do that with multiple people too, if it's like an area of effect spell.
right. I'm just really freaking slow at computer stuff. I suck at it, and I'm really sorry. So, I get it.
You have him targeted.
Okay, so I'm going to I'm going to can I hold my attack action till he gets covered with fairy fire and then attack?
You can ready an attack, or you can hold your action.
Yes, the trigger will be as soon as he's hit with fairy fire, I will attack him.
Keep in mind, it's not guaranteed. He could say,
No, absolutely. If I see the spell go on him, whether it goes on him or not, I'll attack him directly after. How's that?
Yep. And so now on the combat tracker, there's the dragon head with the arrow pointing down. If you click on that, that will end your turn.
Oh, quite right. I just did, right?
Yes, sir. And now it is Lorithir's turn.
Thanks, guys, for being so patient. I genuinely appreciate it.
No worries.
No problem, man.
you'll get used to it.
Hey, we all have time to learn.
So I'm hiding behind this stone pillar in front of me.
Indeed.
And I duck out, draw my bow, aim down the shaft of the arrow at Vampire Spawn standing behind Lothar. And let fly. Why is that? Oh, wow, that's terrible.
That's just a
That's the
bad
end of the turn.
roll, yeah.
A 4 was the highest thing I rolled on 3 dice. Okay.
That sucks.
All right, and the next vampire comes and squeezes around. And your Iron Defender goes when you go, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So
For the moment, it's just hanging out.
yeah.
That's right. Mecha Kobold's gonna take you.
All right, and then Nova, it is your turn.
All right. Who and what are where?
Uh, everybody's kind of clustered by the doorway except for the ranged attacker and you.
All right. Go to the melee people, I suppose, and I will cast Spirit Guardians. Guardian Spirits, whatever the hell it's called. 5th level.
Nice one.
Yup. And I will then call out to Soggy and say, Soggy, please come to us. It's not too late. And that will be my turn.
Soggy? Soggy! What you speak to is not Soggy. You see his body, but not his mind. You see his heart, but not his soul. You speak with the thirst. Milan just sort of looks at both at Nova and says, "I think we'll have to force him into submission. In this case." Also, DM, do you like how I'm acting out vampire Soggy?
Yeah, it's okay. Vampires are a little bit more themselves, but driven by thirst. But yeah, it's fine to be a little more split personality about it.
Yeah, you could say that you're crazy. That like
Yeah.
you couldn't like
Yeah.
reconcile the forgiving yourself of allowing you to feed on something. Part of the little personality.
That's the point. I was trying to do that.
Cool. I liked it.
All right, and
Yeah, same.
so the first time the creature enters the space, and then when it starts its turn there, so you're gonna hit two of them right away.
Oh,
Three.
and that's going to be my turn. All right, going back on mute to have sound.
Sorry,
We're still there?
I'm just making sure that I get this lined up so that I can see for sure that yes, okay, he is going to get all of the vampires that are in there currently.
You have a choice of who gets it and who doesn't?
He can not affect some of them if he wants.
I mean, so you're going to choose not to affect us, though.
Well, yeah.
That'd be great. Very beneficial.
All right, so he.
It only works on enemies that I want it to attack.
That's so cool.
And they roll their saves. And then we roll the damage. All right. That's Nova's turn. Vampire spawn 3. Comes rushing in, and now just rushes past over to
Hold up,
here.
but then how's it saved? Here.
Well, we'll find out.
Remember, if it failed, it can only move half of its speed.
Oh, half speed, thank you. It passed. So it rushes up by Lorathier. Fraz.
As a reaction, I will move up to half my movement away from him.
Okay.
Now I can't move my box because the little white square in the middle is covered up by the vampire.
Yeah.
Can you move vampire spawn 1 just for a second? Huh. That's weird. The white square I used to drag it around isn't there anymore. Thank you. Okay, I think that ought to do it. That gets everybody except the last.
What's the blue
one
box?
That's the area of my spell
Oh, okay.
that I'm about to cast. So I'm going to cast Fairy Fire, as expected.
Yep.
It's
And then,
boring, but it's a good thing to do.
Yep. No, yeah.
Huge.
Don't even worry about the boring. Yeah. So there you go. And then all you have to do is roll the effect. Or click the effect now, because everybody who saved will not be affected. So you just go ahead and click the effect, and Vampire 4 and Soggy are going to grant advantage on attacks.
Poor Soggy.
Okay. I guess that's really it for my turn. I don't have anything I really want to do on a bonus turn or anything, so that's it. There you go.
All right. The last vampire spawn.
Now, as soon as that goes off, should I shoot him now?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you did have a held action, so you can.
Yep.
Okay, so I've got a bunch of things going on. I'll need your help. I've got the dread ambush. I've got the sneak attack, since I have since I have advantage. I have elven accuracy because I have advantage. I'll roll 3 dice to hit.
That automatically happens. Okay, so here I'll help
Cool.
you out. I'll help you out with this.
Thanks.
So all you have to do is go to your actions tab,
Uh-huh.
and then you'll see where it says rogue sneak attack, and you just click on the first little dude that's running there. You just click on that.
On this guy, on Soggy.
Nope. On the actions tab.
Oh, I see your point. Yeah.
Well, actually, just go ahead and click your attack first. Whatever attack you're going to use.
I have 3 attacks and 3 shots at him. And I'll take the -5 on each of them.
For sharpshooter, so go ahead and click on the sharpshooter running man.
Okay. Did that.
Yep.
And now I get the Elven Accuracy.
It'll automatically apply.
Okay. So then just shoot him?
Yep.
Alright. And I guess I don't have an actual. I'll just use the gun. So I'm looking for. Now it should be a lot more. Oh, I could. I already took off the plus. I already took off the +5, right?
Yeah, it'll already have everything.
So what do I hit?
You
what
just
button?
you just double click on the D20 where it
Oh,
says,
gotcha.
and then you miss as Soggy swiftly moves to the side, and the misty air around him blurs his figure and makes it hard to see him.
But I cock it back for my second attack.
And Sagi just taunts you by saying, "You cannot hit the thirst."
Good, so the bullet just goes into his mouth, I hope, just now.
Alright, so now you would
Roll damage.
still have sneak attack, so you
Now,
go,
I have a question. Can I save my sneak attack to see if it works on my third attack? Or do I have to use it as?
You can.
Oh, sorry.
You can if you want, but there's no point in saving it. It's you
Unless I
want-
crit.
Well, right, but
Yeah, I'll use it now.
If you miss, then you don't get to apply it at all.
Right. Okay. So I'll use sneak attack.
So you go down to where it says Rogue Sneak Attack. Yep, there you go. And then where it says Dread Ambusher, let me just see that real quick.
It does an extra.
Start of your first turn. If you take the attack action on that turn, you can make one additional weapon attack as part of that action. If that attack hits, the target takes an extra 1d8. That's not
Alright, so
that's not until the third attack.
Understood, sir. Alright, so he takes sneak attack damage.
Yep.
Plus regular damage. So I gotta find the. Where do I find that?
You just roll the regular damage now. It's already there. So now you go back up to pistol, and where it says 1d10 piercing, you just double click that. Alright. And
Takes 23 points of damage to his face. A magic bullet.
Yep. And now you
Roll a third attack. Oh,
roll,
what do I do?
Yeah, you roll your final attack.
That'll hit. And then now
you don't get sneak attack, but you do
I get dread
your dread
ambusher.
Right.
And then I go. We should get +10 for what's it called?
You have to apply that each time.
Oh! I'm sorry. I didn't realize that I had to apply it each time.
Yeah,
I'm
so
always gonna apply it.
I'll add the extra damage, but yeah.
Cheers. Next time I'll be more aware.
Yep.
How's that for thirst? How's that quench your thirst?
Soggy just sort of hisses at you and just prepares to cast more Eldritch Blast.
Well, that's unfortunate for me.
All right. And then Vampire Spawn 5 is going to move up. And yeah, through, and so that means he has to make his saving throw.
Do I get like a reaction if they're moving through me?
They didn't move through you. He moved around you, but I just dragged him over there. But that's okay because he gets stuck anyway. So now he's stuck squeezing right there.
Just a reminder of guardian spirits. Not sure if it's applicable, but just one. Spirit guardian spirits, whatever.
Yep, and then also I have to deal damage to him for that. So.
I'll try my best to remind you, but please try to remember that it has to start at the start of their turn, because otherwise, then they'll still be able to like move as they would normally.
So
yeah.
Kalan is going to try and restrain. Is going to restrain Soggy.
DM, I forgot to use Hunter's Mark on it. No, next time.
Yep, just use it next time. And Quillan is going to attempt to restrain Soggy. You can't reach him through the force. He put it right in the way on purpose.
Quillan.
Okay, so Quillan, seeing that that's not going to happen, is going to do the long way around and use his movement to move twice his speed, so he can.
Nice.
Soggy
is going to launch himself at Lothar, knocking the other vampire spawn out of the way as he attempts to grab him.
I'm going to use the Iron Defender's reaction, which is his deflect attack, to give him disadvantage.
Don't you have to be within 5 feet?
It has to be within 5 feet of it.
Yeah, you're not within 5 feet.
I see.
You're kind of half in a square here because you tried to like get it to
sure.
with the map, but so the
Right.
Iron Defender is right here.
Oh, okay. So it was further forward. No problem. Okay.
That's the square. If you zoom in, you can see the grid.
Sure.
Does my dodge still have effect here?
Unless you've taken your turn, it should. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Has Soggy passed through my range of spirit guardians?
He started in it, so I should have started with the save. Thank you.
That's gonna hurt.
You know, it's like 5d8 radiant damage to the face. Plus my will save. Plus my spell. Yeah, my Wiz modifier.
Soggy takes the damage and his regeneration is disabled. But he still attacks Lothar. He grabs Lothar, who is now grappled, and attempts to bite him.
Soggy!
Hey, hold up, indeedy. Sagi has been cursed.
Yeah.
It should be causing him discomfort to attempt to bite anything.
He has gone crazy because of that, but still has to live.
Alright. Live in his undead life.
So I'm grappled, so do I have to use break grapple?
Yes.
And is that my whole turn?
Well, not your whole turn, but yes.
Okay, so I'll use break grapple. I just double click the button.
Correct.
Okay, so can I do anything else?
Okay, so as you attempt to break free from the grapple, Soggy tries to hang on, but his tiny kobold arms, even with his vampiric strength, just isn't enough. And so,
No!
you, with your barbarian rage, just break free. Now you can move, but you take attack of opportunity to do so.
Sure. Can I dodge? Stay in dodge?
No, you cannot dodge.
Okay, well, I guess I have no choice. I'll stay here.
All right, and so vampire spawn 2.
Question: if I had targeted him with the hunter's mark, shouldn't it have gone off? Or only if I hit the damage roll for it.
Oh, only if you damage. All right.
Right.
Vampire spawn 2 is going to move up and in, which triggers the Nova. And Nova attempts to blast him. He makes his save, but still takes a ton of damage. Gets that regen popped, and moves up to Nova to attack Nova. What's
I have a
going
question.
on?
If he moves past me like that, no, he's still on the outside. You're just showing him moving to his friends, right?
Right.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, Lothar gets an attack of opportunity though.
Yeah.
Finally. On a Vampire 2?
Yes.
And I just roll a hit. Do I get 2? Or just 1?
Just one. Oh. Alright, and then I am going to attempt to attack Nova again. And this time I'm just going to grab her. Vampire Spawn number 1 is going to attack Lothar. Whose music box is going off? No, that's got to stop.
What?
Franz.
All right, so he attacks. He's flanking, but has still managed to miss. And then attacks again and hits and is going to deal the damage instead of grappling. Lothar resists it. Renwick.
Oh, Renwick. Okay. Renwick will going to shoot at poor Soggy. So I already have him targeted, correct?
Yes, you have him targeted.
Is he still target? Oh,
and
sorry.
If you're going to do your sharpshooter,
Yes.
now's the time to click on the sharpshooter since it does the -5.
Okay, so -5, right?
Yep.
And what about the hunter's mark?
The hunter's mark doesn't affect the attack, just the damage, and it is already on.
Okay, great. So I just gotta roll to hit him.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay.
All right, you missed.
Well, is that with the +6?
Yes.
Wow, that guy's armor class is righteous.
And then
Now,
now
I have a question. I'm sorry. Is my +6 to hit including my archery fighting style and the +1 from the bullets?
so your archery fighting style,
+2.
did you click on that?
I don't know.
Right there.
I'm sorry.
Fighting style archery. So yeah, you had an additional +2 coming to you on that one.
Okay. And then what about the +1 from the bullets? Do I have to do that also?
That's automatically applied.
And my because I should have like a +11 total. -5 is +6.
You have a standard of +6 of +6 without anything else, and then your +2, and then your -5. It should be +3.
No,
what it is right now.
Right, but I'm using my intelligence, not my dexterity, to use it. 'Cause it's a magic weapon, and I have the ability to use my intelligence, not my dexterity.
You have to set that right here then for the attack.
I don't. Okay. I'm sorry, I don't know how to do that at all. Sorry, guys.
There. Now it is your intelligence.
Right. So
There's
now
no worries. I'm a spellcaster with all kinds of spell casty like
I should
abilities.
have a +. Even after the that I get +1 and then +2 on top of that, which is -5 is +6 bonus to hit.
It says it's at +8 right now. With the +2 would be +10. So,
and then a +1 bullet.
That is already factored in, I think. I don't
know.
No.
8 would be 4 and 4.
It should be because it's got the +1 right there. So.
Well,
Let me just
Sure.
Well, we're running out of time though, so
Yeah. So okay, fine. I'll just say I missed him. Now I'll try it again. So I have a total of +6 to hit. So here we go. 20. I'll take a 20. Now I do the sneak attack and the dread ambusher. Correct.
yes, with your extra attack, correct.
So now I click on those,
Yes.
and that should get doubled up, right? Because it's a dice roll.
If it was a critical hit, then
And
it will automatically
okay.
do that.
And now I just do the damage to him, which is here.
All right, and then you're right. It should be +9, and the bonus is not adding in there. I will.
No problem.
I will figure that out.
Take that.
Ah, there we go.
Thank you, sir.
All right, and so now Soggy has taken a bullet that has dealt a severe amount of damage. You can smell salt water as blood comes pouring out of the wound.
Ugh. Ah, vile spawn!
Please don't be so crude with Soggy. We are still trying to cure him of vampirism.
What? Literally, my character goes, "What?"
It's difficult to explain right this second.
And now the Iron Defender will move
Okay.
up to this top corner below spawn 2 and spawn between spawn 2 and spawn 5. How do I get him to move? There we go. Perfect. And I'll use my bonus action to have him rip into spawn number 2 to help free up Nova Solar.
Yes.
So now I go, where do I find that?
All right, and then it attacks.
All right. So it chomps into it.
It chomps into it, and it has to. It takes an extra damage and is grappled.
Oh my. Feel the wrath of Mecha Kobold.
All right, 5 more damage to Vampire Spawn 2.
Hey DM, please
Yes.
remember, unless anything has been changed, Soggy has spiked armor.
Yes.
You know, for the purpose of grappling.
Yes. And Vampire Spawn 2 is now also grappled.
Are these things in my range? Like, are any of these things taking my damage from Spiritual Guardians?
Yes.
Oh.
Although Soggy did not. Oh, and these guys did not. Oh man, both of these guys need to.
Alright, no problem. Just a reminder.
Is that your turn, Renwick? Renwick, is that the end of yours and the Iron Defender's turn?
Oh, yes. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot what my name was for a second. Yes, sir.
Lorthier.
Good.
Let's see. Lots of targets to choose from.
No shortage of them.
Actually, I will maintain my. Well, which one did. Okay. We'll attempt to hide. And
Oh, hold on. Who are you trying to shoot?
the one I have targeted.
Okay. Yep. No sneak attack.
Okay.
You still get sneak. Yes.
Yeah. But let's see. So this one has fairy fire on it, right?
Which one?
Spawn number 4.
Yes.
Okay, I will shoot at that one then. Okay, and I'm seeing that I still have so the sneak attack damage says 1d6, which is wrong. Okay,
I'm just testing out the theoretical area of a spell. Don't mind my circle.
You have sneak
And I have-
attack added twice. The sneak attack at the top is the one that I have been correcting for you.
Okay, the one at the bottom should just go away then.
Yes. There.
Okay, and I have it also tagged on myself. Let's see, can I remove it? Yes, I can. Okay, and I've got the sharpshooter damage, but I don't have the sharpshooter -5 to hit.
It's the same one. The first one is just the one to use. There. It just the first one.
Okay, well, I have both effects on now.
No, hold on. Redo the sharpshooter, because this one is no good. All right, there you go. It is a critical hit.
Nice.
Got a few dice. Gotta borrow some dice, I guess.
Your arrow drops the vampire spawn in its tracks. It lies on the ground, hissing and writhing as the arrow pierces into its heart.
And that's the end of my turn.
All right, Nova.
Nova will start to tear up at seeing Soggy both behaving in such a dastardly way and being harmed in such a way. So she knows that it is for his benefit. See, I'm going to. How's everybody's health looking?
Fine.
Oh, that's fine. Cast spiritual weapon.
No, I was just going to say it looks like you and Lothar have taken hits, but both of you are still green.
Cool. Yeah, I will conjure spiritual weapon as my bonus action.
Okay.
And I will hit the nearest vampire spawn. And then I will use. I don't know. I think is that a melee attack? What clerics get? Yeah, it's a melee attack, not. Yeah, never mind. How do I hit it?
We're finding out. Yes.
All right.
And then what did you do with your standard action?
I'm thinking about going Radiant Soul, but I don't know if that's like time yet. Like if I should wait. Standard action. I will use the dodge action.
All right.
And that's gonna be my turn.
Those vampire. Ooh, Nova. Killing it. Alright, not sure if you heard me, but that's my turn.
Yep. And the vampire grabs onto Quillan.
How far away is Quillan from me?
He's right next to you.
Okay, Spirit Guardians.
It already happened.
It's the beginning of his turn, yes?
It already happened. He already took the damage.
Okay.
Fraz, it is your turn.
So who seems to be the most powerful out of all these guys? Soggy?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to polymorph him into a turtle. Or try to, anyways.
Mm.
Oh man, he got a 22. He's got that high of a wisdom. Jesus. Oh, so much
Vampire
for my
spawn
clever
number
plan.
5. Is he doing something?
No, I'm just preparing for his turn.
Okay. Will apply the Iron Defender's reaction to that.
To what?
Whatever it does, if it attacks.
The Iron Defender is grappling Vampire Spawn number 2.
Does that mean you can't use your reaction?
He'd have to release the grapple.
Oh, I didn't know. Because it just says it gives it disadvantage.
Yeah.
It's not like it. Okay.
So he's biting onto that vampire right now.
Okay, that's cool. No, I'm good with that. I'm good with the grappled vampire. That's great.
Yeah. All right. So Vampire Spawn number 5 is going to move.
The irony. How do you like it?
Move over.
Is Vampire
here.
5 near me?
Yeah. He already did his save.
Do I get an opportunity?
Yes, you do.
Sweet. Okay. Let me target him.
Is he moving near me as well? Like, do I get an attack of opportunity against him?
No, you're not going to get an attack of opportunity against him. You're going to get attacked by him.
Okay, he's moving to me. Okay.
I can I do a hit on him?
Yes.
$30,000. You want it to look like an accident? Oh, I'm sorry. The Italian side of my brain kicked in for a second.
Oh, Nova, you got hit and haven't had Spirit Guardians up for a while.
After your concentration check?
Yeah. Quillan.
Was that old? That concentration check? Yeah, was a concentration check old to me?
Yes, of course.
Did I fail it?
Well, that would be why it ended, yes.
Oh, okay. Did you apply advantage? Ask him.
The system automatically does all of that.
Okay, sure.
I just forgot that it had already expired because I was trying to remember to apply it.
Who do mine smited so badly? That thing is wrecked. Crawl on. Nice work.
All right, we're going to try to get through one more round. Soggy is grappling and bites Lothar Oh, actually, I'm going to use this at the end of Quillan's turn.
Remember, if Soggy grapples anyone, they automatically take damage.
You know what I mean? Like, why come here?
And then, on his turn, he's going to attempt to bite you again. And then he is going to strike you. Lothar.
Well, I think he'd probably attack Soggy here. So that's what I will do. But I will reckless attack and go after him.
Mm-hmm. So, raising your axe and attacking recklessly, you strike the kobold vampire.
And one more.
Mm-hmm. You strike him again.
And that'll be my turn.
Vampire spawn number 2 is going to grab onto Nova.
Yeah, he's being grappled, right, by the Iron Defender?
Yes, he is currently grappled. And try again. Oh, wait, I already had you grappled?
No, Iron Defender grappled Vampire Spawn number 2.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to look at Nova though to see if she's already grappled. She
Remember, I
is.
did my last turn. I did the dodge action.
Yes, you did dodge, but you still got grappled by a different vampire, number 3. So now you're double grappled.
Vampire number 3 is grappling Quillan, correct?
Oh, you're right. That's odd. Who is grappling Nova? It's got to be vampire number 2. All right. Yep. I bite. Vampire spawn number 1 is going to bite Lothar. A critical hit. Lothar stands up to the beating. He wants more.
Wait. Lothar got hit with a crit?
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Okay, you negate that, and so he takes 8 less damage. So, 3, 4, 4 more hit points.
I was like, what happened? I died.
All of a sudden, Nova's symbol on her chest lights up, and Lothar's no longer hit with a critical hit. Renwick.
All right. I looked at my character. I have the Hunter's Mark on effect. I have the Sharpshooter on effect. How do I do the sneak attack?
Well, you don't have the sharpshooter on just yet. You have to
So-
apply. You have to apply the sharpshooter, and you don't apply the sneak attack until you hit.
Okay. My character says that it is Sharpshooter is on.
That
Maybe I did it
you-
twice by accident.
You need to ignore that. That's not a thing.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll get rid of that then. All right. Sharpshooter's on, and Hunter's Mark is on. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Then I will shoot him in the face. Be gone, Hellspawn. I do have to activate my no, my fighting style's already on. Okay, just double checking. Yeah, baby. So now I hit the sneak attack, correct?
Yes.
And now I hit the damage.
Correct.
Okay, so Radic, whatever his name?
Renwick.
Ren. So yeah, Nova looks at Renwick, like sharp eyes. Says, Doggy is a valiant hero, not a hellspawn. He's a hero against the god who has become victim to it. Do not call him such things. Now, please do not call him such things.
So is he? How is Soggy looking at the moment?
Like a pale kobold with purple scales and long fangs, but he's got several wounds that are not healing as well as what he would like.
And I will try and finish the job. Now, where is the Hunter's Mark on that? I haven't seen the Hunter's Mark on any of these dice rolls so far.
Yeah, it is if T custom Hunter's Mark. Oh, yeah, you need to click on who you are designating as your Hunter's Mark.
Okay, so he would take 3d6 more damage.
Well, it says 1d6, but
No, 2 on the last one because it was a crit, and 1 on this one, so that would be another 3d6.
Right. But so what you got to do though is you have to declare him as your Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
So now that you have him targeted, you go down to where it says Hunter's Mark. And then there's the second little running man.
Right.
That's the Hunter's Mark that applies.
That I need to use.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
And now, just a second. And now roll the damage again.
Which damage?
Just the regular damage.
Okay, for the pistol.
Yes.
Okay. Moving up for it.
Wait, you still haven't declared him as your mark.
Oh, well, I just did what you told me. Sorry.
You had to
So-
click on the second running man.
All right, so that would be. Did it happen? Yes.
No, that's the same one that you already have on you. The second one.
All right, I hit the other one this time. The bottom's running man. Did it work?
Now that has been applied to Soggy. Now roll the damage.
I should I just roll the d6 then that I need.
The D10.
Okay, and we'll see if it works.
Just roll the damage.
Sure.
See?
Oh, cool. Sorry, there's so many things stacking. I'm really not that familiar with it. And then I'll have the dog do its. That'll be the end of my turn, but my bonus action will be to tell the dog to rend away on that creature.
Okay. It misses.
Dun, dun, dun.
And then don't forget to end your turn.
Yep, and my turn. All right.
Lorathier.
Amazing rolls.
You forgot the target though.
That was hiding. So I don't.
I don't mind me. It's late.
Okay. I guess with a heavy heart, I see my opportunity to take Soggy out of the fight, and so I will step forward so that I have a line of sight. Does that get me there?
You would be able to target him, yes.
Excuse me.
Still goes through the box though, so I guess I gotta slide over another 5 feet, and that's just not going in the square. That's sloppy. Okay, yeah, there we go. Now I've got line of sight on it.
Nice. Oh, nice.
Oh boy.
So what happened?
I am about to shoot Soggy. Well, I shot him. I hit him.
Big.
Oops, I just rolled to hit again, like an idiot.
Oh, those dice.
Uncrit. So that should I'm sorry, that should have been a crit.
Yeah, you should have doubled up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it won't roll the critical damage after you've rolled the attack again. You have to go to the plus minus
right.
up in the corner. No, don't do that.
Why not? It just rolled the. Oh wait, that
No,
was the
don't-
wrong dice too.
Yeah, don't do that. Just let me fix the
Interesting.
damage, and then now go to the plus minus in the upper right hand side, and where it says damage, click on critical.
Got it. If
No.
had to turn on all of the stuff again. I got it.
Yes. Alright, so your arrow flies through the air, striking Soggy. He drops to the ground. As he drops to the ground, the rest of the vampires start to scatter and run. You cut some of them down, but Soggy's form turns to mist and escapes out the tower. You guys look around and realize that whatever is happening here, Soggy has not been taken out for good, and so therefore could possibly come back. You have these thoughts going through your head as the lightning crashes overhead and the rain pours down. That is where we draw to a close for this session.
Hold up. I want to try one thing, if it's okay.
What?
Because I think I'll forget. Divine intervention.
To do what?
Restore him before he leaves.
No, he's missed. He's gone. There's no time.
All right.
Yeah, he's just gone. And so as he escapes out the tower and the lightning crashes all around and the rain pours down, the darkness closes in all around you, and you realize that this is a siege by the vampires. You will be holed up here next session, and we will find out if you survive the night. I wanna thank you guys for playing. I want to thank anyone who's watching.
Thanks.
And as always, everyone, good gaming.
Gaming. Thanks for everyone for being